For tuning in. I'm Tang StarCraft, and this is part 1 of how Tang beat Larry. Larry is a friend slash rival of mine. He's a very strong but very nice Protoss player. We see us exchanging the pleasantries there, always great. StarCraft, and this is part 1. Excuse me, one how Tang beat Larry. There we go. So yeah, Larry, a respectable player, knows my kind of shenanigans, knows the type of early aggressive builds I'm going to be doing. Just get the production tab up here. So yeah, I'm going to open with the 14 gas, 13 pool, and then I'll decide to Baneling Bust or Ling Speed Rush, depending on whether he Forge Fast Expands or not. So this game he does go for the Forge first, which means I'm 100% of the time here going to be Baneling Busting at about 28 supply. Yeah, right here just going to get the Queen, the Speed, a couple sets of Lings too. And yeah, still mining that gas because this Overlord's in position, sees what he's up to, and I know to get gas. Now he has not taken the expansion noticed. Most players will have put their Nexus down by now. He has not, because he's already come in here, scouted with his probe, and knows that it's going to be some sort of early aggression. So he's walling in here pretty nicely. Notice he's got the big buildings in the front. The only weakness right now is this pylon, which he's even going to put a gateway behind. Yeah. So very strong move from him. I'm just getting the Overlord, continuing to build Zerglings. Baneling Nest is on the way, and I'm going to want to morph in Banelings as close to here as possible to hit a bust around probably 530. So should be morphing in some Banelings any second now. Any second now. Just waiting on some money maybe. No, actually I could be building them just a bit late. There we go. Hockeyed in Control Group 2. Taken out of Control Group 1. Should be taken out of Control Group 1. And starting to drone a little bit behind this. Now, obviously, Larry's in a great spot to hold this. I think he had held this build from me before. And, you know, he's got even the Sentry already out at 530, which is pretty rare. So this is going to be pretty bad, I'm going to tell you in advance. Like, it's going to do no damage whatsoever because it's just completely walled in from left to right. And I noticed this at this point. This is the point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to do absolutely no damage. What am I going to do? Probably Desperation Mode economy behind this. You can already see an expansion going down. And I did take out the Forge, so that's nice. Not quite worth it, I'd say. But he has, I mean, delayed his Nexus, so I got a couple things going for me, but that definitely hurt. Got to double expand behind it. There's not much else I can do. Can't rebust this wall. It's just too strong. I mean, he's already got 3 sentries out. So it's going to take a bit of a risk here in this stage. Just power the drones. Definitely important to get that second queen out, move it down to the expansion. And just keep Larva at 0 at this stage. Just trying to keep money and Larva at 0. No need to be mining gas. I mean, if I'm taking a third this early, I'll double gas later, but I'm not going to do something like take my gas now. What I'm really aiming for right now is to fully saturate 2 bases on the minerals. That's what I want. That's like my next economic step, no matter what. And with these 5 drones that finish, I'll actually be there. So that's about the time you'll see me take a second gas and fill this one, but not before. Very important to maximize that early 2 base economy. So yeah, now's the time. I've reached 16, so what am I doing? Building some drones, rallying them into the gases probably. Yeah. And just, yeah, powering Overlords and drones. This is about the stage in the game, or even a little before this, before the 50s of supply, that you can be double producing Overlords at a time. I definitely don't want to be supply blocked at this stage in the game. So I'm going to put down some spores here, which I actually kind of don't like. I mean, I didn't scout or anything, which I probably could have, to see whether he was doing something that I needed spores for. So I'm just doing it blindly because I'm not sure and I don't want to die to something. But ideally, I'd have scouted to know to build these. And yeah, just continuing to power drones. The thing I like to see is 0 larva as I sit with 4. Oof. There we go. So big round of drones. And with that, I'll be able to saturate the third pretty well. And I'll want to be moving towards probably roaches, +1, and a lair pretty soon. Lots and lots of drones, though. And, like, I mean, if he did any kind of 2 base with no gas, like a 2 base gateway timing, I would totally be dead. But because I've risked it, I'm actually in a pretty strong economic state. We'll look at the income. I've actually pulled ahead slightly. I mean, he's been on 2 base for quite a while. And from this time forward, I'll be able to outproduce him if the game lasts a long time. Unfortunately, he's going to be moving out here pretty soon, it looks like. Breaking through the cyber core and has already rebuilt it in the main. But yeah, I'm going to take an additional couple gases. The lair's a little late, could definitely be taking that. And I'll be moving up to a total of 4 gas, it looks like, and then still fully saturated on the minerals for 3 base. Pretty good mid-game economy. There's the lair going down a little late, in my opinion. And then the +1 going to be coming as well. Even going to get the no, not the +2. I figured I might get the +2. Yeah, so should be moving into roach production pretty soon. Especially because, yeah, I see that, so I know it's kind of panic mode. But I can't actually build roaches for a bit, so could even be building lings. And overlords, this is key. Anytime, like, someone's pushed out and you're waiting on a production structure to finish or just don't know what quite to build, overlords are almost always going to be a good bet. You're going to build a ton of supply, much more than 86. So I would even like to see another 2 or 3 overlords building now. But anyway, yeah, just waiting. Going to build tons of roaches. No, going to build the lings right away. Deciding I need to keep that production up. Couple more overlords, love it. Got to remember in times where you're about to be under attack that you need more supply. And the layer's going to be finishing up pretty soon. Definitely not going to have any kind of speed, but there we go. We can finally start the roach production. And that's actually really important. I need to be cutting his energy, right? I want him to be using his force fields so that I can get to a better position. But at this point, I'm going to lose the third, it looks like. Supply, yeah, pretty close to even. And this looks like a pretty nasty army to stop with only lings and some roaches building. So, got to get out of there. And this is unfortunate. These drones do need to get out of there. And that really sucks. Only costs him 3 force fields. He's going to get like 20 drones almost. Maybe about 14. But still, like a huge loss because these could help with a fight later. These could be maybe mining a little bit. Probably not mining, but just for defensive purposes. It hurts so much to lose these drones. We're going to keep up the roach production. The thing I love to see is that larva is still being at 0 all the time in the main and the natural. Throughout the crisis, keeping up roach production is one of the most important things. But, that sucks so much to lose the third. Because immediately, if we look at the income, we're cut almost back to even. Protoss obviously going to be ahead anytime you're mining the same amount. And, yeah, he's in great shape at this point. I need to try to probably retake this base. Yeah, going to do that with some random drone. And then just keep the production high and set up a good engagement. But it's going to be tough. Like, that many force fields, pretty tough to beat with such a small army. Oof, that time warp. Now, there's some important, I guess, placement things here. Like, I don't want all my army to be here. It can be force field. I definitely do want to try to get some sort of flank, even if it's only minimal units on this side. But what I don't want to happen is for his army to get, like, here. I don't want this narrow area. I don't want him to be able to force field and, like, cut me behind buildings or behind the hatchery or something. I need to kind of fight out here in the open, as much as it sucks. And then just, yeah, keep up as much roach production as possible. These guys need to get up here and engage if he's coming in. Trying to pull back as much as possible. There's the flank. And, nice force fields there. Traps my roaches back. I do decide still to go for it here. But it's not looking good. It's going to need to pull the drones very soon, if not already. And trying to pick off some units, getting some stalkers down, but, you know, he's warping in the zealots over here. It's going to be pretty nasty. Still got a decent concave, but the Protoss supply is pulled ahead. Doing a little fanciness over here, trying to get these zealots not involved in the real fight. This fight's going okay. Can it win? I don't know. These roaches are getting pretty low. Going to pull all the drones. These could have been maybe a bit earlier. Still keeping those zealots out of the fight with that roach. This is really nice. Gonna try to take out this Immortal. The Immortal's doing so much damage. I mean, 17 kills already on those roaches. 19. And, no, definitely not gonna be able to take this game down. And I do say the GG. Well, that's part 1 of how Tang beat Larry. This should be labeled how Tang lost to Larry. But we're gonna look at game 2 in just a moment.